A Friday night edition of the Imperial Assault stream. We're just getting on for a little bit here. I'm going to be on Zion's Finest at 11, bringing you an episode about the new Thrawn wave. We're going to be going over all the revealed cards. But that's not for half an hour, so I got a little bit of time to do this stream. And we're going to try to get Kenny on here, the Zion's Finest Maestro. So let me just... All right, let's take a look at these lists. On the one hand, we have... I'm not sure who's running which list, but this list you can see on the bottom, player 1. That is, I think, Kenny's latest list exactly, with MHD and Drakata. I really like that list because Han and Drakata both really make good use of the focus. And MHD is really good at keeping Drakata alive long enough to get several attacks, which he doesn't always get a lot of good attacks. On the other hand, we have a very, very scary IG-88 2-week-way pirate list. It's 7 activations with Devious, so the MHD Kenny box is going to be able to get the last activation of the round. Interestingly, I think Dave is the one that's running Kenny's box. He actually has Drakata tapped already, which is really strange. Usually you save Drakata for the end in case your opponent opens a door or anything interesting. He still has to go with a blue smuggler, so he is playing pretty defensively with this list. He doesn't want to unleash IG-88. The thing when you're playing against IG-88 is you have to always keep in mind that your opponent could have Blaze of Glory. There's not really a good way to deal with that. And here we have Micah opening the door and dropping his Elite Jawa down into the pit. So if Micah does have Blaze of Glory, you don't want that door open for the IG-88 to come get 5 attacks on you. So Dave here might just keep his door closed. I think the strength of Kenny's list is you want to sit back until you have On the Lam and Miracle Worker ready to go. And until then, there's not really any point in playing super aggressive. So he might just keep this door closed, to be honest. He's in a very defensive posture right now with his door closed. MHD can come take a shot at either a Smuggler or R2, but I don't think he will. Let's see how far he can get. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He actually can get line of sight to MHD right there. That might be a little bit of a mistake there from Dave. Micah can just push IG. In fact, he could just go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could get a really good shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, he has a couple angles to get here on MHD. And if he does have Blaze, that's a dead MHD, or at least it's a Miracle Worker out. So we'll see how that works. Actually, this is a little bit different than Kenny's box. Kenny is running Mac, which means he has access to Intelligence Leak, and he also was running Strategic Shift, or whatever the discard all your cards and draw 2 command card is. Instead of Mac, it looks like Dave's running R2. I think yeah, I don't know. With Kenny's box, he doesn't have a lot of attackers, and R2 is another figure that can never really transition into an attacker. Whereas Mac, at least at the end of the game, if you still have Gideon or 3PO around, him with a focus is not that bad. He's pretty decent at finishing stuff off, just because he has that Pierce 2, he's got decent range, and if he finishes someone off, he gets to, I think, discard one of their command cards randomly. So pretty decent finisher. Whereas R2, he can get you Miracle Worker and On the Lamb faster, but he's not exactly going to give you any offensive support. Also, Intelligence Leak is really good in conjunction with the other defensive tactics that this box has. So, I don't know, I kind of like Mac over R2, but I understand the value of R2 as well. Man, Micah still has a ton of firepower left over there to unload. He's got 2 focused weak ways, and now he's going to have some hidden weak ways as well. Drocata would have a really nice shrapnel area here if he were to still be able to activate. It's pretty unfortunate that Drocata's gone already, because I don't think Han's going to be able to get a good last activation. I mean, Han can get to here, so I don't know. IG's going to go last. And IG's probably, if Dave keeps his door closed, IG can safely just come out this way and shoot down at MHD and then step back to where Han can't shoot him anymore. Han might actually run up and open the door. We'll see. Oh, Drocata didn't go yet. Okay, that's actually really good. Drocata has a great opportunity to come in here and drop a Demolish token right on top of R2. 2, 3, 4. He could just double move and drop the Demolish token to do 4 damage and crowd up this. That's like the only way to go south out of this deployment zone. So if you put a Demolish token here, none of these guys have mobile, that makes it a lot harder to get out. So he might want to just double move and drop. And Kenny, are you on? I think
I'm here.
And welcome Kenny to the stream. You watching this game?
Yep.
What do you think about your box with R2 instead of Mac?
I don't know. I want to see how it does. The command cards are going to be good, but the reason why I have Mock instead of R2 is because if I get something like Intelligence Leak or Strategic Shift against IG, it helps out a ton. And so I don't know if beating IG with card draw is necessarily the way to do it. I guess we'll see, though.
Yeah, just not knowing whether or not your opponent's holding Blaze, it changes how you play so much, no matter whether they're holding it or not. Just the fact that you don't know.
Exactly.
So it's like you can see Dave's playing super cautiously here. IG still has a couple ways to get in for line of sight against MHD, but like optimally you want to be able to open your door round 1 and get some smugglers picking up crates.
Yeah. I do think if I was Dave, I would have opened up my door once the smugglers were out of the way, or I'm sorry, once like the your support was out of the way, in
Yeah.
order to put some pressure, like picking up that crate and then
Hmm.
the one that's right above the room and then falling into the pit,
Yeah,
something
actually,
like that.
weak ways are kind of slow to develop just because they like to prowl round
Yep.
one. So them sitting across the map from you isn't as much of a threat as it might seem usually.
Yeah.
I mean, there are two focused ones, so that's kind of scary. I mean, the two of them could easily kill Han, but Dave could be holding on to some good defensive cards too.
It's true.
Um,
Ooh,
I'm not sure
I don't
about
know.
this shot. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an 8 range shot, and it's using the focus
Yeah.
against a smuggler who could dodge. So it is a blank, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he does get the range and get the kill. But it was kind
I
of
will
a risky shot.
Yeah, I will trade a Alliance Smuggler for a focused weak way.
Yeah, I will
Because
as well, especially because Drokata still
yep,
hasn't gone.
yep, exactly.
And Drokata can now get a really safe attack against that pirate. And he can shrapnel onto 3PO, R2, and the other pirate. So that's really, really questionable positioning there.
Huh.
Yeah, this map, I see a lot of players when they take the right side, they'll tuck guys either on or right to the left of their terminal because you have a wall to your left and you think it's pretty safe and there's a lot of junk in the middle. But those spots are actually not safe at all.
Yeah.
All right, and Drokata is going to just go ahead and run up and see if he can get this kill. 1, 2, 3, 4. He actually moves 4.
Hmm.
He didn't have to. 1, 2, 3. He could have just moved 3 and taken the shot.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing because now it doesn't matter what IG is going to do. He's going to be able to double shot Drakata.
Right.
He could have at least required a little bit more of a commitment there.
I assume that he moved 4 so he could drop the demolish, but even if he needed to, he could have moved 3 and seen if he needed to drop a demolish and then move up one more.
Yeah.
All right, he doesn't get a surge, which is pretty bad, but
Yeah.
6,
And
7,
very.
8. That's actually enough for the kill,
Yep.
and he didn't need to drop a demolish. But now Drakata's really hanging out, so
He might have Miracle Worker in hand, and so he's hoping that Micah puts a few shots in him.
even so,
But
that's a lot of health to trade.
yeah, I don't feel like because if Drakata is diagonal to the left and above,
Hmm.
it at least requires more of a commitment on IG's part and putting him at risk of Han, right?
Yep.
So I I don't know. I mean, I'm not totally positive what he's thinking here.
IG's actually going to come down
Interesting.
south instead, so he doesn't want to leave himself exposed in the middle. I guess he was worried that Han was going to come up and open the door and get an end of round shot.
Yeah.
Han might just double move up to get an end of round shot on IG now, though.
Yep.
And tools coming out, maybe? Oh, black market prices. Oh, that's from
Um.
the stream.
Oh.
And brace for impact at a black, so
Okay.
this will be +1 block and 2 black die. It's pretty
Mm,
good defense.
that is pretty good defense.
Ooh,
Good hit from
max
IG
roll.
though.
Yep. 4
Wow.
blocks. 5 damage, it looks like.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
that's not as bad as it could have been.
not as
That's
bad
for
as it
sure.
could have been, but still, 5 damage and 2 command cards gone. That can't be the outcome that Dave was expecting.
Yeah.
So, both players here kind of leaving a couple characters hanging out. And they're spread a little bit thin. Han is going to double move up. Now we got to watch out for the Blaze of Glory, though, because if that gets played, Han's not going to get an end-of-round shot.
Well, Han does have Drakata blocking line of sight, because to the right of Han is that red line. But
right.
Han is taking a shot at the weak way.
I was drawing that. So let's say Blaze of Glory is going to come out. IG's going to take 2 shots at Drakata and retreat. Han will have line of sight for an end-of-round shot against the red weak way at the top.
That's right. Okay, good point.
But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 range, and Hera is not in range of Han.
Yeah. If I was Dave, I would have played Hera up a little bit further. If he knew he was going to make this push into the maze, losing a round of Hera, right? He lost the surge he could have had to do some shrapnel damage. I mean, there's just a lot of things he could have done with that.
Yeah, that would have been 3 more damage from that surge. So that would have been pretty huge. And now Han could miss this shot.
Yeah. 8, 9. Yeah.
So Micah might want to play aggressive. He is going to take a Han shot at the end of the round if he pushes IG up instead of back. But then he will be dealing the strain. And if he's able to kill Drakata, he could take a shot at Han. So he is actually going to do that. He's going to push up instead. Because he is getting initiative round 2, or at least he should be. Ooh, and the negation comes out from the strain, so he knows. Well, actually, that doesn't matter for round 2, but it's good to know in the future.
So 4?
Yeah, 4 damage. So Drakata looks like he's going to fall here. And assassinate. So IG is going to get a shot on Han.
He's got Miracle Worker.
Oh yeah, good call. Yep, he does have Miracle Worker, but it doesn't matter because IG's going to just take another shot.
Yeah, see, this is the I mean, I get what Dave was trying to do here, but the problem is I just don't think he's, even with, so Miracle Worker's down, he's still going to lose Drakata, and Han is just not going to be able to do enough damage to IG to get a good trade out of this, I think.
Right. And IG gets to activate first round 2.
Yep.
If I was Micah, I might even ignore Han round 2 and just go for... I mean, MHD loses a lot of value after Miracle Worker comes out, so...
Absolutely.
I think you can ignore him pretty safely. He's got a lot of options. Plenty of damage to kill Drakata. So not a good trade there. Dave did pick off a weak way, but trades Drakata for him. So Micah, I would say he made a mistake by leaving that weak way hanging out, but I mean, when you start with Blaze of Glory and IG, you are so far ahead already.
Yeah. So what Dave needs to do right now is he knows Assassinate and Blaze are down. So Micah's still going to have tools and heightened reflexes, but a lot of Micah's tools for dealing with Han are gone.
True.
So what Dave needs to really do is just be as hyper aggressive with Han as he can be, and just hope that he can high roll on IG.
That's a good start. And IG is also going to be taking 3 from the Blaze, so IG basically can't attack Han because that counterattack could kill him. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, so that's 10. So yeah, a Han attack could easily kill him. So IG, I don't know, you can either play really safe with him and just, he has line of sight to Hera from there, so maybe take a shot at Hera and then run away. Black market reveals element, which gets drawn for free. Jawa takes a damage.
Han is no longer focused, but one good thing for Dave right now is that neither of Micah's weakways are focused that can shoot Han.
Yep.
So he has to gin them up a little bit. I mean, he has to move first with IG, and we're going to see what he does here. But
so he does have to worry about the pit because Micah's Jawa can open the door and then a focused weakway can hide and then attack. He doesn't even have to move. So
it's true. But he doesn't have anyone who can attack him immediately.
Right.
As opposed to, so I mean, obviously Micah's going to just do something with IG here, probably try and kill Hera would be a good move.
Yeah, I don't think he can get the kill, but I think he needs to get IG back to his deployment zone at least.
So do you think go up for a shot and then just use your 5 movement points to run back and run out?
Pretty much, yeah. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, he can move up 1. Ooh. Take a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 range shot. Instead, he's going to go for MHD. This is probably a little bit safer of a play. Let's see, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7. Oh, that's interesting. So Mike is playing wild attack coupled with element of surprise.
Yep. Yeah, I think I think I would have rather seen that against Hera than against MHD.
Yeah.
Although he couldn't have played element actually against Hera because he started in her line of sight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Pierce 1. That's plenty. So Dave's list is falling apart here. Man, IG with Blaze is just stupid good.
Yep.
I would say Dave's not out of it yet, though. Han can.
Nope. I mean, yeah, Han's full health.
Yep. IG's gonna fall eventually.
So he's just going for it.
Interesting. Yeah, I probably would be more conservative with my IG.
Strain.
Yep.
Strain. It's not that
4
bad
damage
for Han. Yeah, he'll take that.
What do we got here? Blitz, maybe? Micah's showing some kind of card. It could be Blitz, could be... Oh, that's actually Dave's card. I'm not sure if I would have on the Lamb there because...
Definitely not.
He's just going to move out of range. And he's going to shoot back.
Yeah, I would definitely have saved that on the Lamb. I mean, I think of on the Lamb with Han as you really want to think about like the known damage that you're going to take. Mm-hmm. Even that doesn't kill him, which is brutal. You should reroll one of those greens.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think now you probably just move up and try to kill IG with a Smuggler. Just if you can get lucky.
Just go for it. Yeah.
You don't want to waste Han's attack. Maybe you try to do it with Hera too.
Yeah, my strategy with On the Lamb is that if I know I'm only taking 4 damage, they don't have Assassinate. Mm-hmm. You know the max damage you're going to take. 4 damage is not that bad for Han, especially if you've still got On the Lamb in your hand.
Right. Hera's actually going to use Element to get this kill against IG. Not sure about the Element, because technically she could miss this shot.
Yeah, that's a little risky.
So a much needed equalizer kill there for Dave. Honestly, I think he's not in terrible shape. He still has Han yet to activate. Micah's going to sit back and focus up his other weak ways, though.
Yep. And Han is down on the lamb. I mean, this is what the best part of On the Lamb is not having played it and your opponent having to make really tough decisions knowing that you have not yet played On the Lamb.
Yeah, good point.
So I feel like having played it so early, I mean, it does avoid 4 damage on Han, but 4 damage is nowhere close to the amount of damage that these weak ways are going to be able to do to him.
Yeah.
So
in fact, the weak ways are both going to be able to get shots on. Well, let's see. That rubble token is going to help a little bit. But the top weak way can move and take a shot against Hera, a focused shot. The bottom weak way is a little bit out of position, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, they can both. I guess the bottom one can't get Hera, but they can both get Han if they want to. So this is kind of scary. Because those weak ways at this point, activating as a single group, can kill Han in one activation, and then it's game.
Not sure why Micah's pushing his 3PO up so far. I guess he's also going to push his pirates up, so he wants to be able to retreat them back to 3PO. Dave's going to start getting some objective points here. Probably a good idea. I'm sure Micah is still planning on opening that bottom door with the Jawa when he can. So Micah's probably going to push this hidden pirate up and focus him. That's going to force Dave to activate his Han, which is going to let Micah open the door safely to unleash his other focused weak way.
Yep.
Actually, what is happening right now? Actually, Micah's just going to go for it. I'm not sure if this is doable. He doesn't have Assassinate.
Does have
Stealth Tactics comes out for Dave.
Ooh.
This would be a huge dodge. Of course, weak ways can force you to reroll.
Not a great roll for Han.
No, not at all. Plenty of surges there. He might even just reroll one of his own greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Pierce 1 is good for 4 damage. That's not a great attack, to be honest.
No. Yeah, that could have gone much worse for Dave.
The reroll doesn't add anything. Han's not going to be able to shoot back, though.
Yeah, he's already shot back as well, so.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure why he's activating these pirates before they both were focused, because Gideon still hasn't gone yet. Yep. This one's going to use tools to maybe add... I guess he's going to add a red. It's kind of a far shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not that far, I guess.
I don't know. See, I would have used that tools. I would have waited, focused the red weak way, and then used that tools on that last guy.
Yeah.
because it was a much lower risk. I mean, realistically, Micah's kind of in the driver's seat right now with wherever Han goes, his weak ways can either go around him, take other targets.
The other thing about this is now Han doesn't have to rush to activate. There's
Yep.
no immediate threats. So now Micah's not going to be able to open that door without putting his focused weak way in danger of Han shooting him.
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3, 4, Pierce 1.
6 Pierce
5, 6. 6 Pierce 1 is good for 5 damage. So Han is... He's almost dead, but... Yeah, Dave just has to not panic. He shouldn't activate Han right now.
Nope. Do you think for you, would the play be to, there we go, I was going to say, have Gideon come up and focus Han?
Yep.
So now he really can open the door.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
With C-3PO, do you think you should focus Hera or maybe come down to block line of sight on Han? What would you do in this situation?
How many? 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, R2's kind of blocking Han's retreat. If he had kept R2 back, he would have been able to move 3PO up so he could retreat Han back behind Gideon and 3PO.
That would be good.
But as it stands right now, I don't know. I think you kind of need Hera to be focused just because you don't have a lot of other damage sources to deal with these weak ways. But you also have to make sure you activate Han first next round and then get him back to safety. Gideon actually pushes a pirate up. I'm not exactly sure why. So yeah, Hera is going to get focused up here. All right, it's 10:57. Do you want to call it quits on this and switch over to the stream?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. All right, thanks everybody for watching. We're going to record a episode of Zion's Finest, so you guys can look forward to that coming out tonight or tomorrow, I guess.
That's right.
Cool. Have a good night, y'all.